Where do I even start? Welcome back to my YouTube channel to watch another one of my YouTube videos, tutorials, whatever you want to call it. I'm just so happy to actually be back. Before I even get started, I am so grateful for all the support that you guys have given me, using this platform and having you lots of support, and you guys viewing and messages and, you know, the stories that you guys are giving me of what my content is doing. It's honestly keeping me going. It's creating new opportunities for me in this industry as well. Most importantly, it's keeping me going because I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this to at least help one person, and it's a really nice way of kind of connecting with you guys. It feels just so great to kind of be in front of the camera to kind of talk to you. I've missed you lot so much, and I am hoping that my videos are going to be more consistent this time. I have indeed filmed tutorials. I filmed a complete behind the scenes of a cover shoot that I recently done, and I've literally had the worst luck with technology, and it's been a bit of a bummer for me because I've then kind of felt like whatever I'm spending my time on, something bad's gonna happen. But with positivity, I'm here filming this, and I know that you guys are gonna see this, and I'm hoping that it can help some of you guys. So you guys were really interested in listening to a Q&A. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's on this screen somewhere here. Please do look at my Instagram TV, IGTV. I am going to be putting some behind the scenes of what I am up to and some vlog pieces on there as well. Let me know if you guys want to see it on here, but yes, it will be there. If you haven't subscribed already and you've been watching all of my videos, don't be a stranger. Go down at the bottom there and press subscribe and press the bell so you're kept updated whenever I've come out with new content. So I've got them here on my phone, so let's just kind of jump straight into it. The first question is, who have you worked with that you're most proud of? I don't even know, I probably should have read these and kind of gone through. So that I'm most proud of, Samantha Harvey. I'm split between her and still this one experience I had when I was styling Shingai Shonhua from the Noisettes, and I remember styling her for the Africa Express, and I remember being backstage with her and Sir Paul McCartney, and I remember even just them being on stage playing with each other and just standing there and being like, this woman's amazing. Like, she's there with her guitar, singing, playing, rocking on, like she's just incredible. I really loved her vibe and the opportunities that she created. Even working with her, she was just like, you know, I really want fresh brands, you know, give me designers that are upcoming. So that was really quite fun with her because I worked with a graduate designer for that performance, and yeah, just things like that. It was really nice. As a strong independent black female, how was it coming up in the styling industry and getting opportunities and jobs? So I must admit, as a female and as a black female, there were some obstacles in my way that I've seen and I continually see and continually try to bulldoze over, but yeah, it had its difficulties, let's just put it that way. And when I was coming up as a stylist, diversity wasn't as big then, and with my work and my website, I've said this before, I was actually advised not to put my picture on my website so that people can book me according to my work and not who I am as a person. And now it's really quite different because people really want to know the person behind the camera. It has its positives and negatives of people seeing what I look like because it's inspirational, but then for those who are a little bit more closed-minded, maybe it's not as positive. I know that I've worked with people for years and, you know, they were like, oh, I never knew you were black. I don't feel like it should really be a thing. Unfortunately, it's a thing, but I know it's had its difficulties, but I aim to be somebody that you guys look at, feel that you can relate to, whether skin colour, whether sex, whether the body shape or how I dress or whatever it is, or my mindset. I don't know, but I'm hoping that you can look at me and see what I'm accomplishing or what I'm achieving or my journey, and you can feel inspired that you can do it yourself and that you can, you know, succeed and excel in whatever it is that you want to do. Oh my god, I just looked at the clock, it's 1:11. How scary is that? So let's go on to the next question. It's from Shivani, who, may I mention, she is so supportive. So if you're watching this, hun, I love you very much and thank you for all of your support. She asks, what message would you like to give to those who are aspiring to become fashion stylists? First of all, do your research. It's really important that you work out what type of stylist you would like to be. There are different styling careers that you could take. You know, the fashion sort of editorial stylist, and then you've got the personal stylist, which is a lot more working with someone as an individual. Use books, tutorials, all the facilities that are available to you now to research, and if necessary, you know, go and study for it. But then most importantly, get started, because hands-on experience and getting started is the best way to move forward in your career. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Things are not perfect for me. I've got so many videos on this channel which can definitely help you in terms of gauging where you want to go and where you need to be and what's needed, such as, you know, how to build a portfolio, how to follow briefs, you know, how to even create mood boards for yourself, how to book a model for free, all sorts of stuff. So it's all here for you. Why did you want to become a stylist? If I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like it's kind of in my DNA maybe. My mum was in fashion, my grandma was in fashion. I remember when I was young looking up at this little signed picture of Muhammad Ali, and my grandma, she was like a seamstress. She'd done tailoring for like shirts and whatever, and I think she had done his shirts when he came over here. And my mum, she was studying in fashion. She was a fashion designer. She was going to like Yves Saint Laurent's showrooms, Chanel, like Christian Dior. Like my mum was doing all of that. She went to Liverpool and the fashion school on Liverpool Street that used to be there, and you know, it's in her. She used to work in Mary Quant's boutique. I think it's always been around me, and when I was young I used to change my clothes like 5-6 times a day. I would literally drive my mum crazy. I'd constantly be putting on different outfits and doing fashion shows, and I think the more and more I grew up and saw fashion, you know, and I mean, God, 80s, 90s fashion was epic. I'm really sorry, like it really was. So I think all that inspiration for me, you know, seeing women like Naomi Campbell, it really just swept me away. Let's just put it that way. I really, really loved it. I've never always wanted to be a stylist, to be honest. I didn't really know that the job actually existed. Styling has always just been a hobby of mine. Putting stuff together, putting outfits together, it's always just been a hobby that I've done. If you are somebody who is consistently styling your friends, if you're the person who's always giving fashion advice, people are calling you like, what should I wear? Those small things are indicators for people who want to get into styling, and you never know, style consultancy might be something that is for you. Someone else has asked, which is a bit cringe, how did you build your tribe? So I still feel like my tribe is in progress, but you guys are my tribe. And I think if you are looking to build a platform for yourself or a brand, the main thing is about consistently just being yourself and allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to show parts of yourself. Also being free with yourself about information, because you can never share enough. You can never help enough. There's not enough of it in the world. No two people's journeys, stories, no two people are alike, and you are always going to be different to somebody else if you continue to just be yourself. And I think by me just continually being myself and being really strong with my morals, my vision, my ethics, all that sort of stuff, I think it's really kind of helped me in terms of building my brand. I don't think I'm quite in a place to be having a following as such, to call you guys something like, you know, like Nikki's got barbs and stuff, but I hope one day to really kind of have a really strong presence. Let's put it that way, yeah. But I'm glad that there is a form of presence here that I can really feel with you guys, because it's really, really important for me. So the next question, Marion Stars Me has asked, okay, this is like the third time I'm she's asked this 3 times. What are your favorite places to shop in London? It's really difficult to kind of pin down where I'd like to shop, but I do like to mix affordable fashion with designer pieces. I'm really sorry to be as corny as it is. Oxford Circus, Regent Street, Carnaby Street is probably the best bet for you to go to really kind of get a good mix of stuff. And for my more unique pieces and like one-offs, it's really, really quite cool to go to like Camden and Brick Lane, where you can really dig into these sort of like vintage shops. How does anyone with 0 experience get into fashion styling? It's a dream of mine, but I haven't a clue where to start. I started technically with 0 experience. I went straight into interning and from there built the experience. I had a really hard internship which gave me even more experience than I could have dreamt of. That allowed me to then use my courage and drive to really jump off and just do it for myself, just get started. I also done a little bit of studying at London College of Fashion. I've done a course for Introduction in Fashion Styling and Media. Most importantly, go to my YouTube channel and invest in yourself and watch all of my tutorials. I've got a specific playlist which is like a starter pack. Watch those videos in particular if you want to miss out everything else. It's my toolkit. It's what I think that can create a really great stylist. It's what I think can pave the way for you. I think watching things over and over again, you're going to hear things that you didn't hear before. You're going to listen to things with more clarity than you did before. So don't just watch things once, watch them over and over again. It's definitely going to be beneficial for you. Curves in My Wardrobe has asked, well, she's got 2 questions. She'd love to know the tactics to grow her network. You have to have a strong brand presence. You have to have consistency. You have to create good quality content, and you have to utilize the resources that you have, such as social media, and consistently keeping yourself inspired. All these sort of things are going to help you in terms of growing your brand. And your second question was, what is my charging mechanisms as a stylist? So I've got a whole video on this, so head over on my channel to the video on fashion stylist finances explained. This is going to give you the ins and outs of money, how I do all my paperwork. I explain about taxes. I explain all that sort of stuff, including what to charge as a stylist and also what to charge as a personal stylist. When are you coming to the USA for a meet and greet and perhaps some shopping? That would be nice. I know that so many of you from, you know, America, you're my subscribers. you're watching my content, you are supporting me, and I'm ever so grateful. Hopefully in the near future I will be traveling over. If you guys know any people who hold events, any brands in particular that you feel that you would love to see me collaborate with that can actually accommodate me coming over, then, you know, shout at them, tell them that you're interested in me coming over, share my content, share who I am, and I'm sure that would kind of help with that. I've seen what Twitter can do, so I know that you guys can make some moves for me. So yeah, help me out there. How big should a portfolio be? Too much is too much, like don't overdo it, but it's important to have a variety of stuff. But most importantly, make sure that as you develop your portfolio, if something is better quality, you know, feel free to push something that's not as good quality out. It's about consistently leveling yourself up and showing yourself in the best light possible. Your portfolio is putting your best foot forward, and make sure things are actually categorized correctly. In terms of portfolio building, I've also got a video on that, so head over to that video on my YouTube channel and work out how to build a portfolio that's perfect just for you. I find it really hard to get customers as a stylist on a regular basis. Do you maybe have some advice for that? I really want to make a living out of being a stylist. Your help would be very much appreciated. That is a difficulty with styling. Work comes and goes. You've got busy periods and quiet periods, so it's really important as a stylist that you work on different elements of yourself, which is why I love being multifaceted in fashion and in my stylist career, and, you know, doing influencing also on the side, because it allows, when quiet periods are there, that I've got something else happening. Also have in mind that maybe you could do a little bit of commercial styling, maybe you could do a little bit of brand building. If you're really great at personal styling, you can even work on online projects, you know, color matching, mood boards for people. There's all sorts of things that you can do to consistently make sure that there is some form of a service that someone can purchase from you, basically. The more secure way in consistently having money is attaching yourself to a brand. So this is whether you're freelancing with a particular company or you are actually working for a company doing what you love. Now with the industry, how it's shifted, there are so much more fashion jobs and opportunities out there, so that's something definitely that you can actually consider. Another question is, I just started my career in fashion styling. How should I approach celebrities? When it comes to celebs, you need to, number one, have a good portfolio, and number two, have a good vision for them. In my video of how to create a clothing mood board, I would recommend you do something similar to that. The dangerous thing about vision and kind of communicating that is that they could literally just run off with what you've presented and get someone else to kind of do what you've done on the board. Contact them on social media because it's so much easier now. Make sure that they haven't already got a stylist, because I've had some issues with that as well. Contact their management, speak about who you are, what you've done, and try and get a meeting with somebody, and then at that point you can actually kind of present your client mood board, any that you've done in the past, any sort of makeovers that you've done in the past, something like that. But also I speak about this in my tutorial on how to get published. So being published, I do actually cover celebrity publications and how to kind of get clients and how to keep them and what's needed, so make sure you check that out. Someone has asked, are you married? Oh my god. A special treat for flyers. No, I'm not married. I've done a video on this. Have you guys actually watched it? I've done a video on how to be a happy and successful girl boss that's single. So at the moment, I am single. I am planning on being single unless I am presented with an opportunity which makes me consider otherwise. Let's just put it that way. Why won't you age? I'm not sure. It runs in my family anyways. We all look quite young. I get ID'd all the time, so It's fine. How do I get in contact with you for mentorship? Please do still sign up for mentoring. I have put it on halt at the moment because, again, I've been working on a really good opportunity, and my workload recently has been so tough that it's really been difficult. But I do have an idea. I would like to do mentoring as a package, especially for those who are in the UK, where with the mentoring you get access to me, you get access to behind the scenes, you get access to events, and all that sort of stuff. So I want it to be a little bit more well-rounded, so that it's not just one-on-one sessions. You can probably get a little bit more from me, even stuff like joining me for London Fashion Week and stuff like that. So hopefully I can put this in place and get it together to launch. Keep an eye out on that. Tips for new MUAs who want to reach out to brands, bloggers or models for collab. So how to reach out to brands, again, hon, I've got that video on my YouTube channel, so this will help you do the first step, which is, you know, the whole how to reach out to them. The second step, what to do if they say no or you don't get a response. Also look at my how to email brands video, because that's definitely going to be helpful for you. And also in terms of bloggers or models to collab, I think it's really just about using the email steps as well, and just kind of utilizing social media in terms of like networking with other people. And yeah. So someone has asked, what initial strategies made you become successful in starting up as a stylist? So my first step was deciding that I wanted to become a stylist. Second step was securing internships. I was interning with about 2 or 3 people at the beginning of my career. Step 3 was going ahead and building my own portfolio. That was really important. Number 4 was then me building a website for myself, where it was a platform for people to see my work. I used my blog first, and then I built that to then a website. I found someone who could do that for me. Those sort of steps really kind of helped with the basics of my brand. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, and you've always got time to like improve yourself. What equipment do you use to shoot and edit your pictures? So I actually have on my Instagram page, in my highlights, I've actually got a tab which says Blogger Tools. I don't know if you guys can see it, like it's right here. So Blogger Tools, it's gonna help you with my exact camera, my exact lighting, stand, or everything, like everything is there. But I'm just gonna like show you guys. Now it literally is just my camera, my Sony A5100, and I'm using a ring light as well. And it's something as simple as that, me just sitting here, cute little setup at the back, and I'm just filming with that. To edit, I use Final Cut Pro. Someone also asked, how long have I been styling? I actually have been styling for 6 years. I started in 2012 officially, and yeah, it's just been a long journey from there. Someone asked, how do you find your own personal style? That you've got these sort of like cheesy little surveys that are online that you can look at to, you know, because there's categories of different styles, boho and preppy and girly and all that sort of stuff. When you find outfits or looks that you like, put it in a folder, and that way you can generally get a grasp of what you like and what you know, the sort of style that you have. Use Pinterest, create boards, bookmark boards on Instagram, whatever it is. What do I want to see change in the fashion industry? Diversity is very, very important, and I think it's a bit of a popular subject right now. With fashion, I feel like you've got your model sizes, which are your size 8s, and then because of the size 8 girls being represented and us needing diversity, we've got plus size being represented. but also there are girls that are in between. Instead of just selling products to me, sell me. You know, like I want to see myself represented, especially in the UK. I find that when it comes to fashion and beauty, everyone looks the same. The people that brands are working with, they look the same, or brands are just using the same people at the top, and it's like the same 3 people in the whole of UK that are black that are being used consistently over and over again, which is really quite frustrating. So I would love that, you know, in terms of diversity, I'm seeing more of myself, let's put it that way. I have to speak as a black woman, and it's really frustrating for me that, you know, a brand can take 6 people on holiday and only one of those people are black and everyone else is white. Or, you know, they may just about have like 1 Asian person there. I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, everything, or everywhere we go, it should be representation of what we see every day, you know, and that's that. So thank you guys so much for being involved in my Q&A. I'm definitely going to do more of these. Make sure that you like this video, make sure that you subscribe, and make sure you comment below with any feedback, or if you guys have got any other questions or any other videos that you would like me to do. Make sure that you follow me on my social media as well to stay updated with everything that I'm doing. Make sure that you guys share my content as well. So thank you guys again so much for all of your love and support. I'm sending you nothing but good vibes. I'm praying for you all, and I'm hoping that doors are continually open for all of you and you have a successful career. Just get started today.